Have you had work done to your hot rod, restomod, classic, or whatever beastly rig it might be, only to find out the work done was not what you expected? I mean, really not what you expected at all. I have witnessed a 1935 Ford truck get a Dakota digital display that when the tape on the face of the display was taken off, the chrome finish came off. I have seen a carburetor float with a hole in it. Yeah, engine was kind of running weird. No matter what the fix, until the hole was finally found. That was amazing. An oil pan where the welds all around it were full of holes. Oh my God. What kind of part vendors are these people? Well, they're very reputable. But poor quality parts might be one problem for the most weird, wacky, and worst car work I have seen this year. So, not every issue with a hot rod shop is their fault. Parts can be bad. What's worse? When a shop inherits work done by a fly-by-night shade tree shop that really doesn't care about the customers, often just kicking the can down the road to the next unfortunate shop. This video is all about me visiting my trusted local hot rod shops to see the terrible work that they inherited from other shops. You should really get a kick out of this. Here we go. Welcome to Road Odyssey. Hope you are in a great mood. I have hundreds of fun videos and some that are fairly naughty like this one. I also have my Facebook page open 24/7. Some shops think they are so great, but when a subsequent shop inherits their crappy work, it makes this newer shop feel blind, or they want to go fight someone just to get their frustrations out. Well, I documented some of this insanity just for you to have a good laugh or cry. Warning, this might be emotionally exhausting. The shops I visit, I honestly record and consider their own quality of work that they produce. I know the shops I visit are decent and trustworthy. They would never pass off the work I'm about to show you. They find the problems, show me, then fix the problems. I have 9 vehicles to illustrate some of the interesting work done on these cars. If you are a hot rod, classic, whatever vehicle owner, you might consider having your ride reviewed by a reputable shop. These 10 vehicles should get you to thinking seriously about the health of your ride. And this is just some of the wild and weird stuff I could recall fairly quick. I'm starting this carnival affair with the white Ford Deluxe convertible. Decent enough looking machine, I suppose, but what lurks beneath its facade? Wiring issues. Burnt wires are found here. When you tie in a combination of both small and large diameter wires to make one long wire, it messes with the wire's ability to flow electricity right due to differences in impedance. So you might get burning. Here you see soldering of one wire to another. This was an attempt at using a wire for grounding. Bad mojo here. Never consider doing this. Seeing something like this just staring back at you should make you reflect a lot at what the value of your vehicle is to you. Oh my, forgive the owner of this cool 1951 GMC. A lot of things are wrong, like 1,000 paper cuts accounting to a huge number of fixings or a large amount of costly repair costs. The front grille was held on by a self-tapper and a long screw. Woof. Look at the zip ties all across the front and listen to what he's got to say. Oh no, you almost popped the lens out, or the whole light. Dang, dude. Front fender barely held on. Yep, lots of loose bolts. The prior shop or shops left rusty parts, left cracks. The hood was not reinstalled right, so it cracked the paint along the back edge. The most spine-shivering thing was the steering rod. Just look at this mess, the movement. And not only that, just hitting the plug wire. How can a shop send this truck off with something like this happening? Cheap customer? I don't know. A little more on the wiring.
This is a power wire that goes to the alternator that's just clipped and live, just open.
Oh my gosh.
Same with this ground wire, it's just kind of hanging out.
Right. But wait, there's more. The whole front core clip was a custom one-off show quality job. No, this is not worth the money, except if you're simply trying to low budget save the truck for the next owner. That I can understand, but this poor truck is a medley of errors and cheapness. The same horrific cobbling of the front end continued all along the rockers. It was just awful. I'm so sorry for my rudeness. Despite the poor quality of the build, it's a very cool truck. It has okay bones and can be someone's fine show truck still. It just needs a complete frame-off restoration or turned into a real hot rod or rat rod of some sort. Now, this is rather interesting. I think this was a Cougar front subframe connected to a 1955 Chevy truck. I use the term connected loosely, pun intended. The gentleman tasked with repairing this crappy welding job simply needed a wintertime bit of work in his shop, so he took the job. He was thinking that the shop that did the job previously might have used the wrong welding equipment or something like that. What he did know was that with some patience and, being at one with the frame of the truck, he could make this thing work. He grounded off all the bad welds, redid the reinforcement plates, and got started on rewelding the same morning I showed up to see it. He also showed me for this truck how the prior shop welded the door hinge to the door. Weird. And welded the bed frame together. Also weird. We walked around the cab so he could show me how previously there was spray foam put inside the passenger kickboard area. God, wacky, man, wacky. How's your lobotomy doing for you? Well, mine didn't take. I can still see that connecting the parking brake cable to the exhaust is a little bit wrong. This is real, but I figure you might have seen something similar to this before. Oh, I'm sorry. You saw something weird? Well, yes, you did. Turnbuckles and chains do hold up and maintain the exhaust. Oh, so what? Quit your belly aching. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's keep moving. This is more of a public service announcement. Tremec sent this nice transmission. It may have been bumped on one end or just sent locked up. Apparently something that happens from time to time. These guys were told to simply remove the cover and get to the shift dogs. Using your fingers, you can get the dogs to move. Put it all back together and you're done. Nothing too terrible. Just thought this was kind of interesting and one of those great examples of slow down the shop and charge the customer a few more bucks for this type of situation. Well, this ought to blow your mind. A pretty rare muscle car, 1966 Plymouth Satellite. It was a bit tough to start when cold. If you don't know what you're doing, like the paint repair shop that had it, you might end up dumping a gallon of starting fluid down the engine's gullet so it blows up and blows out the mufflers. Yep. Now that was, for an instant, a fully blown engine. Rather, mufflers. Oops. And add to that, my friendly shop also found other cool things on this satellite, like the dimmer switch that had been glued in. Well, that's pretty wacky. This is just kind of funny. The shop working on the 1971 Nova found that the passenger seat was held up in position by a chunk of rock or concrete. 100% cheap, that's for sure. One of those things you'll only see once in a lifetime. Getting close to the bottom of the cesspool with the 1976-ish MG. Nice looking car from 26 feet away. Story of this car is, in a nutshell, husband was going to use the car to replace a long lost love of his wife. Problem with this specimen is that it lived underneath the waves of water for a bit too long to resuscitate. Alex and Jason started tearing down the poor thing and decided it was a pure waste of time. This car is an example of an emotional purchase. You would think that a drift car would be well cared for. Nope, nothing is safe from a bad mechanic. Now, my friends at a great car shop did a great job on the car, just working fine. For whatever reason, the owner took the Mustang to a different shop, perhaps nearer to him, for some further maintenance. Owner got the car back thinking, geez, something was weird. So he took it back to my buddies at a really great car shop, and they found that the PVC hose from the catch can was plugged straight into the cold air intake filter. Oh my God. The weird shop explained that, well, my friends were idiots. They don't know how to work on cars. Really? Dang, this is beyond words. I've only been observing car maintenance and hot rod shop work for about 5 years now. Just think of all the really silliness that professional hot rod shops with any concern for quality have seen over a lifetime. If there's one huge complaint I have with crappy shops doing crappy work is that they hurt the vehicle owners, overcharging for crappy work and passing that crappy work to other shops, forcing the owners to continually spend too much money for their favorite rides, tarnishing not just the reputation of many hot rod shops in general, but also tarnishing the desire of owners to continue their enjoyment of their favorite rides. Sorry for me maybe bringing you down. I meant for this to be more entertaining and fun, albeit at the expense of the victims of weird and wacky work. I just can't make this seem like fun. Sorry, my apology. I do hope you have a great day despite all this. Please relax, take it easy, and don't take it up your backside on these poor jobs, and I will see you later. Bye.
Oh.
Oh no, you almost popped the lens out, or the whole light.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, dude. Don't touch the other one, I guess.
Well, that was just rotated that, so.
Okay. Oh, I see the end links, I think, down in there.
Yeah,
or the bush. Stuff, yeah. So those were not installed correctly with the sway bar.